Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Today's Friday, and sorry I had to start early. They're coming to help me. They're coming to help me today. Hi, Glorious E, Patricia Epperson, Lorado Shirenzi. I hope everyone, I'm sure you all are ready for the weekend. Those of you, even if you are retired, if your family is going to be home, so it'll be a fun time. Okay. I have to start with this because it's important. I'm not sure, well, I'm sure some of you are aware that ICE or DHS, they are having major issues recruiting employees, people to go out. Basically, they're trying to find agents to go out and harass people wearing masks and kidnap you, all that kind of stuff. They're having a lot of problems. And some people, leaders like from police department, they are having such a hard time. When was that? The day before yesterday, I believe I saw it. Even Stephen Miller, he's posting on Twitter, they raised the bonus from $30,000 to $50,000 in order for them to get people to come and work for them. So when I saw that, I'm like, it must be really bad. Until yesterday or this morning, I saw an article, and they were discussing this very thing. Do you guys remember I told you that's an organization that can implode, and it's because of the things that they are asking. In fact, I think I said that yesterday, or the day before yesterday, because they are asking, Americans are not into this. Yeah, there are some people who have suffered traumatic, childhood, situations, and they don't love themselves, they hate everybody. Yeah, they can do that. But most Americans, most people are good people. Yes, if it's like a policeman, you're doing everything legally, they'll do the job. But the way Norm, Stephen Miller, Vought, and these people are instructing those agents to go out and basically kidnap people, or some of the stuff that they're doing in New York City, most Americans won't do it. And I'll tell you, even if, because there are some people out there who are desperate, we're going to find ourselves in a situation where it started already. A lot of people are going to get laid off, and people are going to become desperate for money. $50,000 can go a long way. So they will take the job for however long they can do it against their best judgment. That's what I feel intuitively, but they will quit. But the other thing is, those type of people, they're not going to serve the organization well. And I don't know how many of you saw, I saw a clip. No, it was on MSNBC last night. I think it was on Crystal Hayes or Jen Psaki, the Marines, the former Marine whose wife was kidnapped by ICE. They were recounting, they were interviewed by Jen, and the husband said the ICE agents apologized to him. And it reminded me of what I said to you yesterday. Those guys are being instructed on what to do, because I don't know anybody who works for ICE, and I don't think I would want to be friends with anyone who works for ICE. I'm being honest. Sorry. I know that I'm, somebody important, but I'm important to me. No, I am not going to associate with anyone who does that type of work. Police, I have a lot of friends who are policemen. I used to date a lady who was in the police force in New York City. So the thing is, what they are asking those agents to do is going to go against the conscience of a lot of them. And the challenges that they are facing today, the recruiting challenges that they are facing today, is going to delay. It's going to cause frustrations, and a lot of the goals that they have, they will not be able to meet them. That's going to be another point of failure for Trump and his regime. So I thought I would share that. You see, I'm going to add one more point to this. Every little thing matters when you are embarking on such a major initiative. And on top of it, you're not being honest and you're hurting people. These things, thank you very much, A.R. Ward, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. You're very welcome, A.R. Ward. Yes, all those things, this is one point on, and the whole scheme that they have going. But they are facing a lot of challenges. The other thing is the economy. They go out, like cheerleaders. We're winning. This is Trump's economy. Everything is fine. They are lying. And they are going to continue to lie until they can't lie anymore. It's not going to work either. Watch the stock market around September, October. It may not be a crash. They're gonna be in for a while time. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. The reason why it's gonna be a wild time for the stock market, and among other things that are to come. Thank you for rejoining, Craig Dixon, for renewing your membership. I appreciate it. Craig Dixon says, well said, Milou. I am nobody important, but I'm important to me. Exactly. It's a big problem when you're in conflict with yourself. Having said that, and the major thing is their lies are catching up with them. Now, the other thing is, it's also another lie. The way he's lied about, well, first of all, Giuffre, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. The lady, quote unquote, Trump said Epstein stole from him, and he lied about it as well. Her family was interviewed by, I believe it's CNN, okay? And they were basically asking Trump not to pardon Maxwell. And, but intuitively, Trump doesn't care. He's going to do what is best for himself. As we know, that's the way he is. He hurt these people. That did not faze him at all. All he cares about is how he's going to save himself, because people around him, they are fully aware that this can sink this whole regime. And I agree with them. And it's not going to let up. This is going to continue to get worse. Like I said yesterday, we have phases. I think I said it yesterday. We have phases of this scandal. The journalists are ending one phase right now. They are about to ramp up another phase, and that other phase is going to be interviewing people like Wolf, the author, who wrote about Trump life story, biography, if you will, of Trump and other people. I believe he's a journalist as well. They're going to interview these people, and totally, I feel, talking to the Giuffre family is the beginning. And the story they had to tell, I feel, people understand, because what happened to that young lady can happen to a lot of young women. And intuitively, I feel it's well received. And like I said before anybody said anything, I said if Trump pardoned Maxwell, it's going to be a major blowback. And I said it once or a couple of times. Intuitively, I feel there's still movement behind the scenes, okay, for other women that Epstein and Maxwell abused to get together and do something. However they go about basically calling Trump out, among others, and demand that those files be released. And I don't know if I said this yesterday, my guy is big mad at Bundy because they are blaming Trump, but it seems like they go mostly going after Bundy. Do you remember, guys, I told you she's thinking of quitting? I'm not sure if I said that yesterday, but it's worth repeating. According to an article, the mistake that she made handling this situation, the Epstein situation, and the way MAGA and Loomer are going after her, she may get fired. So, but I'm repeating what the news, what the media is saying. She left herself open to get fired. The way I'm getting it, she will quit. That may mean she's like, they tell her to show off, but they suggest that quit instead. They do the same thing in the corporate world. If you're at a certain level, they ask you to tender your resignation. Similar thing with Bundy. So I will get it as her resigning, but don't be surprised if she does, because she doesn't know which way to take this from here. And also, when I focus on her, there is no upside for her. So she doesn't see a way forward. And there's nothing else. Because of their behavior, they've been lying so much. Even the judiciary, when they go to court, the judges don't treat them very well. The judges are calling them out for being liars. So they've lost any kind of, trust from the public and from our court system. So, and she knows they were trying and hoping they could get away with it. All those things are working against her. And as we know, Trump, he's got to save himself. He's going to let her hang. And yeah, they will ask her to leave. Like the thing say, but I'm going to pick it up as her quitting. And yes, what the Giuffre family did had an impact. And there are more other things that are going to take place that will have an impact as well. That's my prediction. And yes, this file is coming out. That's basically my prediction. It may take a little bit of time. They have no choice but to release it. Whatever shenanigans they play, it's not going to work either. Let's see what happens. And some of you ask some pretty good questions. Let me go with Elon first. Do you guys remember I called him a liar, a pathological liar? They've been doing some analysis, whether Doge helped in any way, the government in any way. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because I said he was a charlatan. He didn't know what he was doing. It seems like the Trump regime is beginning to realize they were conned among others, Republicans and the Senate and in the House who believed in Doge so much. And there's a cleanup going on as well within different departments to get Elon's people out. And there is something that's floating in front of me because I've been meaning to tell you guys, but I forgot about it. I keep forgetting because there's so much going on. Do you guys remember I said if Elon could be president, he would have given Trump a coup. The only reason why Elon didn't make moves to remove Trump and take the position is because he wasn't born. He knows he wouldn't be able to get away with it. According to reports, this guy, the only thing, because of his behavior and some of his activities behind the scenes, it's as if he was president. The reports, that's what, according to reports, I saw that a few days ago, and I've been meaning to bring it up. And not only that, after he left people behind to manipulate the system. He still has influence. They are trying to root them out now. And as long as Palantir is part of the government, he will still have influence. But what I said to you was correct. Because of his behavior and the way the people he inserted in government, okay, into different departments, had maximum effect when it comes to what he wanted in government. And like I said, I'm going to repeat one more time. The only reason why he didn't give Trump a coup is because he can't be president. He wasn't born here. Otherwise, he would have taken because he has no respect for Trump. He thinks Trump is stupid. Man, I don't blame him. He's not very bright himself, but he's enough of a con, he would be able to do it. So I was right. I just wanted to share that. And somebody asked me to talk about, can you talk about the censorship going on the internet, from payment processors holding gaming website accountable to a UK law asking for ID, leading to YouTube requiring IDs, and US if they think you're a kid. Well, these are two different things. I don't know anything about processing payments, but it feels like both to me. If you are underage, you shouldn't be allowed to gamble. And the YouTube initiative, the kid thing about YouTube has been in effect for at least 6 or 7 years. Okay, I don't know exactly what happened. Kids were getting access to adult content or something like that, or adults were cursing and doing things they shouldn't be doing, on certain videos. So they came down really hard. I still remember it. That's why from the beginning, I said no kids for my stuff, but after that I reviewed and make sure no kids watch my videos. If they watch with their parents, that's something else. But there is censorship going on, but I don't think that's why I feel the censorship thing, unless I'm misinterpreting what the person wrote. But it feels like to me that's two different things, okay? And somebody asked me to please speak on the direction of Project 2025. We are watching Project 2025 being put into effect. That's the roadmap Trump is following. It's going to fail. It may take a little time before that happens. But everything that we see unfolding is part of Project 2025. The only thing, like I believe I said it yesterday, they are having difficulties and they don't know how they're going to do it, is to scare us enough, and also controlling every branch of government. But thank God for us, the Supreme Court, they are beginning, I've mentioned this before as well, to worry and scared of some of Trump's initiatives. I said that before, but I don't know if you heard Kavanaugh was giving a speech somewhere either yesterday or the day before yesterday, where he mentioned that the reason why they don't give full explanation when they give free pass to Trump until they come back in January, that's baloney, by the way, okay? It's because if they say something right now, they rush to put out something without much thought behind it. They are stuck with that logic. So they rather let Trump, or the executive, they didn't say Trump, let the executive do the executive thing, and when they come back, they will, do whatever, decide whatever way, just like birthright citizenship, among other things that they're going to have to work on when they get back. It's a lie, and to whatever I feel. Right now, he had to go out and say that because they are being criticized, and everyone is blaming them for giving Trump a pass and for putting this country on the path of dictatorship. In fact, this morning I was watching a video, I don't remember which channel, Legal AF, that's the channel I was watching the video from. He had a professor, expert on the Constitution, was talking how Robert went about giving Trump all the power, the power to be a unitary president. It's pretty interesting. It's about at least 45 minutes long. I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. I'm not a legal expert. I know nothing about the law, so I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. The only thing is he blamed the Supreme Court, specifically Robert, for thinking he can con people, basically, into changing our form of government. That's causing a lot of problems. I mean, when I say a lot of problems, that's not what, they don't want to be blamed for what's happening, and they don't know what's going to come next. They don't know about tomorrow. And they know Americans are not happy. And they are smart enough to understand when the when the population, is it populace? When the population is not happy, and if they are angry enough, anything can happen. Republicans don't think so. They think they are the only one with all the guns, and they're gonna be the winners. Good luck. But let's leave that for another day. It feels like to me, Robert and the guys in his court are realizing what they've done, and they're going to try to figure out a way out of it. And totally, that's what I feel. But my friends, they are very concerned about some of the tough things that Trump is doing, because even the guy is so arrogant. For the 2026 election, he had the nerve to call a governor or governors to change, to gerrymander their states in order for him to win, because he cannot honestly win at anything. He has to cheat, he has to lie, he's a con, he's a fraud. They're beginning to realize, not that they did not know before, But the way Trump is doing it this time around, and by the way, it's not only the Supreme Court Trump is scaring. A lot of people in the House and in the Senate as well. So it feels like to me the Supreme Court, and it's not only the Supreme Court. I'm sure some of you have heard. I'm just giving you those as the last thing I'm going to say as an example of how much fear, if you don't know better, Trump can scare you. Even people on Wall Street, people with a lot of money, a lot of influence. I mean, part of it is they're just feigning scared, but some of them are being very honest. They are complaining that they don't want to go against Trump because the guy can put them in jail or he can create problems for the companies and stuff like that. Yeah, these people should talk to me. I'd tell them what they should be afraid of. Because if they don't do anything, I mean, I don't expect them to do anything. There's a certain amount of money that when we reach it, we don't care anymore. If you pass, I'm sure those people do, if you have over $50 million in the bank, yes, you're not going to be living the life of a billionaire if you live in France or someplace else. But you can have a pretty good life for the rest of your life if you invest it well. So the notion that, I am scared, I don't want to go up against them. No, it's because they know they can do something else, but they're taking a chance and going along with what Trump is doing. But like I said, I'm just giving you an example because this is in the newspaper, this is in the media. The media is talking about this. People from Wall Street they have interviewed who are saying they're scared. These people are coming out and saying it out loud. This is nothing for them to be scared yet. What Trump is going to do, we haven't seen the half of it yet. Like I said, it's going to get worse. But it's not only these guys. People who are supposedly helping Trump perpetrate those abuses. They are starting with immigrants. They are beginning to abuse Americans as well. And it's going to be of all races. They're not going to stop with only minorities. And Robert and the other justices are beginning to realize that. People in Congress are beginning to realize that. Senators, Republicans, Democrats already know. Republicans in the Senate are beginning to realize that. Yeah, it's beginning to get scary, or scarier for them, because they've never seen someone like Trump. And those leaders, supposedly, it's a lie, the notion that Trump is a corporate leader. He had a real estate office. From what I understand, it was a very small office. Okay, knew nothing about government or anything else. And the rest is history. We know how he got to where he is. And since a lot of Americans are asking them, well, we want the government to run like a business. Well, we're going to find out that's what Trump is doing. He's running it like a business. I'm just going to give you one obvious example. He's taxing us. Yes, all those tariffs, those countries, Canada, China, European countries, they're not paying, as we know, we are paying the tariffs. But he's trying to con us. Okay. And to whatever it is, he's going to catch up with them, or it's catching up with them right now. Okay. But this is scaring a lot of people who were hoping the path he's taking the country down now, he wanted to do something different. People who voted for him expected something different. Now they are scared. The justices, they don't want to go out and say, I'm scared. A lot of people in Congress, you know something? I've mentioned him a couple of times this week. Mike Johnson. He's beginning to get scared too, very afraid. Yeah. Because enough people are talking to these guys as well that Trump will not be afraid to go after them. And now Trump is only verbally lash out at them. There is going to be a time he will hoist them. Yes. That intuitively I feel like I don't be afraid anyway, everyone, okay? Trump will be stopped before that happens. But intuitively, Trump, Vought, Miller, among others, the notion that what they are doing, mistreating, I have to keep track on time, oh my God, mistreating, for now, migrants. It's going to get worse. I mean, how worse can it get, given the United States to incarcerate people at Alligator Alcatraz? And we're hearing, I don't have time to give you an example, but I'm sure a lot of you have heard of how they treat people. And it's not only Alligator Alcatraz, among other concentration camps that they have. Yeah. There is something that's hitting Mike Johnson pretty hard. The way Trump treated Grassley, the grass outside, that's how I remember his name. Yes, Grassley is big mad because Trump called him out. Well, I have news for them, a prediction for them. This time, Trump is threatening them, lawmakers, or call them out on Twitter, and insult them. And if Trump were to last another year or so, you guys, you hear the way he goes ranting about you should be prosecuted or none of that. He will do these things. Right now, he's testing the ground to see how much he can get away with. A year from now, if he were to last that long, or a little further down the road, yeah, when he'll make a threat, ask you to do something, you don't do it fast enough, or you don't do it the way he wants it, he will send his brown shirts, his ICE people, to pick you up. My prediction, if he were to last beyond a certain point, okay, that I don't know. Did you guys hear? They pressured the Smithsonian Institute to remove that he was impeached. He's trying to. Oh God. Okay. They're trying to rewrite history. I don't know how he's going to be able to do that, but let's see how far that goes. But all those, Mike Johnson is paying attention to the way he treated Grassley. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And it's scaring Mike Johnson because Grassley did what Trump wanted to do. And that's how Papa Doc started, by the way. That's the one I know best, okay? But Truchescu, the guy that Trump is following, you guys know who I'm talking about. I've been complaining about him for the last over a year, almost a year and a half now, okay? They start small to see how much they can get away with, insulting people, calling people stupid, and then they start incarcerating them, and then they start disappearing them. And when I say disappearing, I mean killing them. If Trump lasts long enough, watch. That's my prediction. Okay. Oh my God, okay. Katherine Gilbert says, good, it's about time they stop behaving like the heads and the sand. Yeah, well, I agree with you. Budika said the Appentic production company said his office was so dirty. Oh my God, really? And shabby, they had to create another office on a different floor in Trump Tower. Yikes. You know, I'm not surprised. I have no connection. I'll never, and I don't want to get into Mar-a-Lago, but I was watching, you're right, okay, Budika. I was watching a video that was taken from Mar-a-Lago. You know, those vents for air conditioning and or heating system or whatever. I mean, it's Florida. Yeah, we have heating system, but it's, yeah. So those vents they use for air conditioning and stuff like that, that thing was so dirty. I'm like, oh my God. So I believe you. Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, that guy is living on the edge, given supposedly how much money he has. I mean, on the financial edge. He's always trying to catch up. Okay. And then New Jersey, not New Jersey, and Florida, I don't know, but you have to be very careful. It feels like with mold and that kind of stuff. You know, that stuff can grow pretty fast. Oh, by the way, you guys, I told you I bought a device to, if there's a blackout or something like that, my system won't just crash. And also it can destroy my computers too, because I think that's what happened to one of my computers last year. I had a problem with it. Yesterday, there was some kind of power spike. Thank God I had that device. It's called a UPS, uninterrupted power supply. If I didn't have it, it probably would take my computer down. You know what happened? My dehumidifier, I have an electronic switch. I can, in fact, here's the switch. I can remotely shut it off. That spike blew it. So I'm like, oh God. So it worked yesterday. The computer didn't even blink. I was working here. I knew something happened, but it didn't take my computer down or burn out any of my equipment here. But it blew out my the receiver to turn the power on my stuff. I thought I'd share that. I'm glad I spent my $150 buying that stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. So it worked. It served its purpose. Okay. Adi says, the markets are retreating to the job numbers, which is tariffs related. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Trump's lies are catching up with him. Trini Patsy says, Milo, did you see Vice President Kamala Harris night on Colbert? I didn't see the whole thing, but yes, I heard. She looked rested and ready to start helping. Yeah, I think somebody asked me, would she run for president? I doubt it. I wish her or Hillary, but I don't think so. Artie says, economic news out today is bad. Yep. Much lower job creation. Yeah. We haven't seen anything yet, but the Trump people are all out. Trump economy, they can't blame Biden now. That's what that billionaire, with mother-in-law, who has the mother-in-law that won't complain. Yeah, I forgot his name for a moment there, but it's okay. You guys know who I'm talking about. Okay. Anderson 444 said contractors are filing bankruptcy because Tesla is not paying their bills. Wow. Thank you for posting this. I said that, when was that? Not too long ago. Well, I didn't say that. I said Elon Musk is done. I don't remember when I said that, and he can't. It's going to be very difficult for him to recover, if he can recover. Okay. Raymond de Pasquali says there is but one thing of real value: to cultivate truth and justice. and to live without anger in the midst of lying and unjust men. Marcus Aurelius. Thank you for posting, Raymond. Okay. Hi, Jordan Johnson. Somebody donated to the channel yesterday. I meant to call the person and say, not call, but say thank you while streaming, but I didn't look at the name. I'll do it Monday. I just don't want the person to think I'm not acknowledging somebody. 2 people donated yesterday. I said thank you to the first one. I didn't see the second one. And I was running around talking to one of my sisters, her husband's niece died, whole bunch of drama. So I will thank the person on Monday. Okay. Whitney Morehouse says the economy is already crashing. The stock market doesn't reflect the struggle of Main Street. That's true. Okay. I think this is it, friends. Yikes. Yes. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for them to come and help me. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. If anyone would like a reading from me, you have my number. Call me or text me. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you like the work I'm doing, please, if you can donate to the channel, that would be appreciated. Support us. And please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot as well. The artist says, 3 Superintendent MAGA from Oklahoma. Yes, Ryan Waters. Is that who you're talking about? Yes, he got caught showing. I spoke about that yesterday. And I was still cracking on him this morning, but I got to run. See you guys tomorrow and Monday. Bye.